Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Phil. Welcome to another video. Today we are checking out our bargain Windows 98 gaming PC that we put together in the last two videos. We went shopping for the parts, then we put it all together and we had an in-depth look about the BIOS, the drivers and how the performance stacks up with some benchmarks. In this video it's all about the games. I've got a couple of games lined up from 1996 all the way to 2001, so let's see what this machine can do. The first game is Star Wars Shadows of the Empire from 1996. Now the first thing that stands out, this game ignores the VSync settings and it runs too fast. Now there is a way to get around this, and that is by enabling maximum anti-aliasing as well as texture filtering. The game still runs a little bit too fast, but it is definitely more playable than it was before. Motor Racer from 1997. This is an older DirectX 5 game. It only runs at the 640 by 480 resolution and it also ignores VSync, so it pumps out an insane amounts of frames. However, it is playable, it doesn't have any speed issues unlike the Shadows of the Empire game. Also from 1997 is G-Police, another DirectX 5 game. We're running at 1024 by 768. The game does run fine. It also disables or ignores VSync. Maybe that has to do with the older version of DirectX, I'm not sure. We're getting over 200 FPS at times. It does seem to run at the correct speed. However, I found the joystick input to be extremely sensitive. It reacts a little bit too fast. Now, of course, I had to try out some DOS games. We got Screamer Rally from 1997. Now, this is one demanding DOS game. However, the Sempron is a very fast processor. The game runs at 640 by 480 and 16-bit colors. It is smooth as butter. However, there's one issue: no sound. The onboard Realtek sound chip doesn't seem to work in DOS, so that's something for a dedicated PCI sound card. We got Tomb Raider 3. This game is from 1998. It also runs at 1024 by 768, but it's got a 30 FPS cap. So what can you do? Well, we can bump up the resolution and let's have a look how the game looks at 1600 by 1200. Here we got Quake III. This is one good looking game, but it is quite demanding. Also from 1999. Most of the time we're getting decent frames above 60 FPS.
You have taken the lead. 3 frags left.
Half-Link Uplink from 1999, running at 1024 by 768 with the OpenGL render. There's a frame cap in this game and it runs basically flat out at that frame rate. Another game from 1999 is Drakan, Running at the DirectX 6 API and a resolution of 1024x768, we're getting extremely high FPS. We're getting some dips to around 80 or 70, but this game is extremely playable.
I can't reach that.
And now we're in the year 2001, we've got Max Payne. Quite demanding this game, we're getting around 120 FPS quite often, but occasionally the frame rate drops to around 60.
Freeze! NYPD, drop it!
Coming! You're gonna die!
No, please God, no.
And another game from 2001 is Serious Sam. This uses the OpenGL API. We're also running at 1024x768 and 32-bit colors. Another quite demanding game. Lots of areas run at 120 FPS. However, when it gets a bit more demanding, the frame rate drops to around 90 or 60. However, I haven't seen it drop below 60. And here we're comparing texture filtering. On the left side is how Serious Sam looks by default, and on the right hand side we've got texture filtering set to 16x in the driver. It basically cleans up textures going into the distance. However, there is a performance cost. We're looking around 30 FPS difference for this game. So there you have it, let's wrap it up. We did get a few speed issues with the old games, and we also had challenges with DOS gaming. However, the Socket 754 is one capable Windows 98 platform, especially if you want to play later games or play games at high settings and high resolutions. So hopefully retro gaming became a little bit more accessible. It doesn't have to cost a lot. You don't have to have a Pentium 3 or a Voodoo 3DFX graphics card. You can go with something like an Athlon 64 or Pentium 4 or some other cheaper options, and a ton of games will work just fine. And that's it guys for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit the like or the dislike button. Leave me a comment down below, share the video, and I see you soon with another video.